हामी बस्ने सोसाइटीमा हामीले धेरै कुराहरू सिक्छौँ, पढ्छौँ, त्यहाँबाट धेरै कुराहरू पाउँछौँ हामीले। एट द सेम टाइम सोसाइटीलाई गिभिङ ब्याक टु सोसाइटी भन्ने कुरा पनि आउँछ। तर यङ एजमै अलिक चाँडै त्यो कुरालाई रियलाइज गर्नु एन्ड टु डु समथिङ अबाउट इट इज रियली समथिङ कमेन्डेबल। आज हामीसँग हुनुहुन्छ यङ एस्पायरिङ एन्टरप्रेन्योर वेदिका मुरारका। म उहाँलाई स्वागत गर्न चाहन्छु एन्ड आई क्यानट वेट टु लर्न अबाउट हर entrepreneurship, her journey, and everything that she's doing at the moment. Vedika, welcome to our podcast. Thank you so much for coming over.
Thank you so much for having me.
You know, off air ta हामीले यति धेरै कुराहरू गरिसक्यौ. It was such a, great time chatting up with you, and of course, like, a happy person, so easily connect हुन like सजिलो भइरहेछ कि मलाई कुरा गर्नको लागि. Once again, thank you very much. And how do you feel?
I'm excited actually because again, like you said, we had such fun conversation right before, so I want to see how this goes.
Yeah, really look forward to, opening up more about your entrepreneurship journey. Entrepreneurship ko journey पनि भन्यौँ हैन, अनि social entrepreneurship को कुरा पनि मैले अलिकति जोड्न खोजिरहेको छु सुरुदेखि नै. अनि एडुकेस छ हैन. सो सुरुमा एडुकेस नै के हो बाट सुरु गरौँ हैन त. So what is educase and how did it start?
So like you said, social entrepreneurship, Educase is a social enterprise. And why I wanted to say this is, and why we started it like that is because अब सुरुदेखि नै मलाई impact र बिजनेसमा धेरै इन्ट्रेस्ट थियो. Usually it's like NGO खोल्ने कि बिजनेस खोल्ने. It's one of the other two things, right?
Okay.
So I always wanted to find like this middle ground for both things. अनि how do you do that? मेरो साथीहरू भन्थ्यो कि you should have to start an NGO if you want to make impact in this world भनेर.
Okay.
And if I told my parents I wanted to start my own business start गर. But there was never a middle ground. So while I was finding my way, I would say, Educase not technically fell into my lap, but it came in the right time,
Right.
where we wanted to kind of help in the education sector. It's a cause very, very close to my heart, actually.
Right.
Ani, so how do we help in education? And there's either curriculum or infrastructure to help students and the entire community as well. So we went in the infrastructure route and created this product, innovative product, I would say, to help children study anywhere they go. They are at home, they're at school, very comfortably be able to create their own space, because Nepalma hamlai thaha cha ki, there isn't a very conducive structure to study in. Infrastructure China, it's hard for students to study. They kind of go from very difficult environments to another very difficult environment to study.
Of course.
And we wanted to create a space through our bag, which is called Educase.
Yeah.
It folds into a desk so that you can carry your books anywhere you go, and children can, create a reading space or a writing space anywhere they are, home, school, field, anywhere.
It is simple layman को हिसाबमा कसैले पनि यो एडुकेस इज अ ब्याग बाई द वे होइन. सो यो ब्याग चाहिँ के हो, यसलाई कसरी अपरेट गर्ने अनि कसरी युज गर्ने भन्ने अलिकति हुन्छ नि. अहिले चाहिँ verbally एक्सप्लेन गरिदिउँ, and then later we can also have a proper demo of how to practically use the product. So एडुकेस ब्यागलाई चाहिँ प्र्याक्टिकली कसरी एक्सप्लेन गर्नुहुन्छ?
So it's actually quite simple. We brought a school bag and a study table together.
Okay.
It looks like a very regular backpack. If someone is carrying it, you wouldn't even know. It has a desk built inside it.
Desk built inside?
Yes, a desk built inside the bag. Okay. You carry your school books and stationery or anything you want to carry. I carry my laptop in it every day, actually.
Okay.
And you take it to your space wherever you want to work and study. And there is this mechanism within the bag. You fold it and the entire thing turns into a desk while your books are still inside it, or while you're using it.
Okay.
So you can carry it anywhere, fold it into a desk. Very simple steps, 10 seconds I would say.
Yeah.
And you have your desk ready.
Right. So mechanical part को अलिकति मेन्सन गर्यो होइन वेदिकाले. सो त्यो चाहिँ अलिकति टेक्निकल पनि छ अनि हामी अलिकति डेमो गरेर पनि देखाउँछौँ होइन. बट या अफकोर्स आई थिङ्क द ओरिगामी यु जस्ट हामीले अघि अफर पनि हेऱ्यौँ होइन. सो इट्स भेरी फङ्सनल and so easy to set up and of course एउटा स्टडी अनि पढ्ने इन्भाइरोमेन्ट क्रिएट गर्नको लागि राइट देन एन्ड देयर त्यो कस्तो फङ्सनल लाग्यो कि मलाई. सो यो आइडिया स्टार्टमा कसरी जेनेरेट भयो? लाइक हाउ डिड यु कम अक्रस दिस आइडिया?
It's actually quite interesting. It went way before we actually started. I went to do my master's at London School of Economics, and there I met my co-founder also, Neha. And I was studying entrepreneurship and innovation in the college.
Yeah.
And we had a course, any business school course ma huncha, you have to start your own business and, make the whole business plan and present it to your teachers. But there was no requirement of it had to be social or commercial or anything. It was open to any idea. त्यो बेला we were a team of 5 people actually.
Okay.
So I am from here, Neha is from Pakistan, and we had 3 other members from Nigeria, Cyprus and Singapore. So 5 of the most diverse countries you'll see,
Right.
never coming together for anything, I would
Of
say.
course.
Where do you find a common ground? And as students, education felt, I think, simpler to explain to each other. Ani paila, when we were coming up with the idea of like what should we work on, what idea should we work on in education,
Right.
as students, we would see hamro college ko library was packed 24 hours. Like if you went 2 in the night or like, anytime in the afternoon also, there was no space to sit. So we thought, how do we create a space where we can actually get a table to
You're
study
talking
in?
about space in London School of Politics and Science.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
There.
yeah,
Right.
library, zero space available. It was very shocking for me actually. But we thought, how do we create a space where we can sit anywhere and study? But eventually, it just didn't feel like a right fit. And Neha being from Pakistan and me being from here,
Yeah.
we tried to explain to our, a group of other students कि
Right.
हाम्रो countryमा education को environment यस्तो छ. Like,
Right.
no one could believe that a child had to walk for 2 hours just to get to a school.
Yeah.
And a school which wasn't very child friendly, for them to sit or do anything, And when our team heard that, they couldn't believe it. We had to actually show them videos. How is it possible that, a 5-year-old has to walk for so long,
Yeah.
or they have to sit on their, on a surface which is not made for them for so long just to be able to study banera.
Right.
So we started doing some research. We saw in Africa there are few products that help with a flat surface. That it was just like a tray or a plank of plastic
Like
wood.
a board.
Exactly, like a board. And you put that on your lap.
Right.
And study. तर नेपालको एजुकेसन सिस्टममा त हाम्रो यति धेरै बुक्स हुन्छ that you can't just give a plank of anything to a student, right? They have to carry their...
Of course, मैले पिक्चरहरू देखिरहेको हुन्थेँ भारी बोका जस्तो लिटरली किड्सहरूको चाहिँ झोला यति धेरै गरुङ्गो हुने अनि यो सोल्डरलाई चाहिँ एकदमै धेरै वेटको भार हुने कि
The bag itself, the student probably weighs not even 20 kgs अनि ब्यागको weight नै 8-9 kgs हुन्छ. So you can understand the problem already in the system.
Right.
But you have to kind of first make something for it and then change the system, I would say. So we thought, how do we combine the two together? And if you give a child a desk separately and a bag separately, एउटा त हराउँछ. Like for sure,
Yeah.
You can't keep both together. So we tried multiple designs of
That's
how
very
to...
interesting.
How do you combine a desk and a backpack? Paila, it was like, Lego just to join गर्ने, we were finding different
Okay.
designs.
Separate things and assemble it together.
Yes, exactly. The panels are which you can join together with, hinges and everything.
Yeah.
But again, if you give 5-6 pieces to a student, haramcha. Like
Okay.
one student won't have a desk by the end of the day, kind of
Right,
thing.
right.
So then we found, like, we took a lot of inspiration from origami because there's folding without any additional material to help it fold.
Yeah.
And
to
we
keep it together.
to keep it together.
Yeah.
And for students, it reduces the weight pani. It reduces the chances of getting hurt pani.
Yeah.
And not using metals and everything. Screws are garo huncha, heavy huncha. It can be painful also if you get hurt. So to make it as child friendly as possible, we just used fabric
Yeah.
and cardboard to make our entire desk. The fabric helps it fold because it can fold in all directions possible.
Yeah.
And the cardboard acts as the surface that creates the desk and the writing surface. So just very simple materials, very simple folding techniques, but simplicity comes after a lot of iterations.
Yeah, of course. It went through a lot of, process and
Yes.
steps to come up to the final product that is going out to the kids at the
Exactly.
moment, right? So you see, नेपालको एजुकेसन सिस्टमको पनि कुरा गऱ्यौँ हामीले अलिकति टच गर्न खोजिरहेछौँ होइन धेरै अर्गनाइजेसन्सहरू अथवा हेल्पिङ ह्यान्ड्सहरू जसलाई जसले चाहिँ नेपालको एजुकेसन सिस्टम अथवा बच्चाहरूलाई डिरेक्टली एजुकेसनमा हेल्प गर्नको लागि पनि काम गर्नुहुन्छ, इन्डिरेक्टली हेल्प गर्नको लागि पनि काम गर्नुहुन्छ होइन. कसैले साइकल दिनुहुन्छ स्कुल जानको लागि, एक्सेसिबिलिटी सजिलो बनाउनको लागि, कसैले कम्प्युटर दिनुहुन्छ होइन, कसैले चाहिँ सर्टन एडहरू गर्नुहुन्छ. सो इन द्याट सिनारियो एजुकेसनले कस्तो खालको रोल खेल्छ जस्तो लाग्छ एउटा बच्चालाई स्कुलसम्म गएर उसको एजुकेसन कम्प्लिट गर्न, एभ्री डे एजुकेसन क्यारी अन गर्न, लर्न गर्न कसरी हेल्प गर्छ जस्तो लाग्छ कनेक्सन.
So, like you said, all organizations in Nepal playing a role in the education sector have kind of given materials, Pani, to help students or facilitate their learning, I would say. So, we kind of fall in that category. But we want it to be a little different, you know, add innovation to it, or like be a little more holistic than just giving a bag or just giving a desk. The minute you add the two together and make a portable space, it ended up being more than we imagined. So, Paila, we would say that it just helps you study at home and at school. That was our initial pitch or, you know, initial idea. Tara bistari, when we started working with the students and the teachers actually who play a very big role in this whole system, we saw that, you know, a child, if you give them something new, firstly, not just an innovatively new thing, just anything new, they get excited.
Simple things.
Yeah, small things. Naya pencil ne, I want to write with it today. Bhanera auncha ni. So if you give them something new, they want to use it.
Yeah, try
Tara, in our case, what happened is, firstly, it was new. Kaile na dekheko product pani thiyo. Okay, and then because our bag has folding steps, it almost acted like a puzzle for them to solve.
True. I was going to come to that. सजिलो भयो कि भएन होइन,
Exactly.
नयाँ कुरा देख्ने बित्तिकै.
So it became like a puzzle for them to solve, and that way they were like, "Abo malai afno bag kholera desk banaunu cha bhanera." That was our first interaction with students, and it was so exciting to see that, Pani. And like, you know, you asked if it's easy to fold or not. It's shocking how it's easier for students to learn how to fold it than adults.
Yeah.
We had to teach the teachers 2-3 times, and some students we didn't have to teach, Pani. They just managed to do it themselves. But some students obviously 1 try, 2 tries, and they would be helping each other. But how we fit into the system is, apart from just having a learning space at home and at school or wherever they go, it gives them a sense of like responsibility or ownership of something that they have of their own that plays a very big role in their current life. You study for 8 hours a day, I would say, school and homework, Pani, and this thing is with you throughout. Otherwise, if you don't have anything, you're studying in uncomfortable positions, or concentration hudaina ki, you know, motivation hudaina. Why am I doing this? I'm being forced to study. But at least if I'm being forced to study, I'm doing it in a proper environment. So that, I think, played a very big role, and it was like a spark in our, you know, journey of learning. Because paila, you know, as business people, we kind of see the very black and white things or the physical things that we can see. But once you start seeing the psychological change or the behavioral change in the interaction with your product, then you kind of learn that it's actually creating an impact.
Right. You behavioral change ma alikati further elaborate गरौँ हैन. Mostly remote areas मा अहिले यो bagsहरु provide गर्नु भएको छ होला kidsहरुलाई स्कुलमा. उहाँहरुको लाइफ कसरी चेन्ज भएको छ? अब स्कुल जान उहाँहरु इन्ट्रेस्टेड हुनुहुन्छ कि स्कुल गएर त्यसलाई युज गरेर आफ्नो एजुकेसनलाई हुन्छ नि त्यो एउटा कुनै कुरा पायो भने एक्साइटमेन्ट भयो भने ब्रेनलाई पनि लर्न गर्न के कुरा पढाइरहेको कुरालाई रिसिभ गर्न इजी हुन्छ नि हैन. सो त्यो त्यसमा चेन्ज भएको छ कि बच्चाहरुलाई कसरी इजी भएको छ?
Easy, I think the easiest way I can explain this is hamro first pilot study ko belama. We did our pilot study in Kavri, in a school in Kavri. And I used to constantly talk to the principal, you know, how's the use, kasto bhairacha. And this was during COVID. COVID had just hit when we started our pilot, unfortunately. The silver lining was the story that I'm going to share. What happened was the principal was like, स्टुडेन्ट्सहरूलाई भेट्न घर जान्छु उनीहरूको, जस्ट टु सी इफ देयर डुइङ वेल, नट इभन एजुकेसन वाइज, तर हेल्थ वाइज कस्तो भइरहेछ, फ्यामिली हाउ आर दे डुइङ, बिकज दे अल कम फ्रम भेरी डिफिकल्ट ब्याकग्राउन्ड्स पनि. एन्ड देन द प्रिन्सिपल टोल्ड मी द्याट वेन एभर आई वुड गो, समन वुड बी युजिङ देयर एजुकेस, बिकज अब यति रमाइलो हुन्छ बनाउनुको लागि द्याट एज सुन एज यु ओपन इट देन इट ट्रिगर्स कि अब दिस इज माई रिडिङ स्पेस, यु नो, लाइक वी वर टकिङ अबाउट, यु नो, क्रिएटिङ अ टेबल एन्ड देन लाइट. एक्ज्याक्टली. सो द मिनट यु ओपन यर डेस्क, it kind of triggers them ki aba parna bela bhaisakyo.
Yeah, you know, our friend was just explaining to us, like, you know, having a table, a setup where you have a light, you turn the light on, then that's the sign that okay, it's time to study. Aba chai padne euta एउटा ब्रेनलाई सेट गर्ने हुन्छ नि क्यू जस्तै हो त्यो
Exactly.
भने जस्तो होइन अब यो एजुकेस ब्यागले पनि आफ्नो एउटा कर्नर बनाउनको लागि घरमा त्यसलाई मोटिभेट गराउँछ
Exactly.
अनि कर्नर बन्यो भने त्यसमा बसेर पढ्नको लागि मोटिभेट गराउँछ एन्ड देन द गुड थिङ स्टार्ट आफ्टर द्याट भनौँ
Yes,
न
exactly.
सो यु अल्सो सेड लाइक यु वान्ट टु भिजिट द किड्स फ्यामिली कसरी ह्यान्डल गर्नु हुँदो रहेछ कसरी के गर्दो रहेछ उनीहरूले टेक केयर गरिरहेछ हाउ फर्स्ट अफ अल हाउ लङ हेज इट बिन सिन्स द ब्याग रिच्ड आउट टु किड्स
The first batch went out in 2021, mid 2021, after
Okay.
August.
Okay.
Ani ahilesamma, fingers crossed, there hasn't been damage complaints.
सो अब बच्चाहरू अब हामीले देखिरहेको हुन्छौँ होइन म आफै पनि कति फिल्डमा गएर काम गरिरहेको हुन्छ बच्चाहरूसँग पनि उनीहरू चप्पल यत्तिकै लगाएर आइरहेको हुन्छ होइन ड्रेसहरू कस्तो अब सर्ट निस्किरहेको हुन्छ दौडिरहेको हुन्छ स्कुल जानलाई अनि अब धेरै कुराहरूको ध्यान दिन सकिँदैन नि त
Yes.
किनभने त्यहाँको सराउन्डिङ त्यहाँको इन्भाइरोमेन्ट स्केड्युल अब दौडेर स्कुल पुग्नु पनि हुन्छ होइन त्यस्तो भइरहेको हुन्छ सो अनि यो ब्यागलाई चाहिँ उनीहरू कतिको केयर गर्छ कतिको उनीहरूले चाहिँ अन्डरस्ट्यान्ड गरेको छ यसको महत्त्व अथवा उनीहरूलाई चाहिँ यो कति डियर लाग्छ कति रमाइलो लाग्छ
Ajay. So the few students which I interact with, there are families funny because this is like kind of a study opportunity kind of given to them bhanera, and it's the student's personal usko naam lekheko huncha and
Oh,
everything.
okay,
Like they can
good.
put a label in it and say
Yeah.
that this is my bag. So that way they actually take more care of it. And the wear and tear or students ko handling ko, we did so much research to make sure that that was taken care of.
Okay.
While we were designing Paila, it was made of plastic or something, which is very easy to break also. Then we thought of using different kinds of sheets, again, very easy to break. Tara cardboard ke huncha bhane, like I mentioned, we use cardboard for the table structure actually.
Yeah.
You can bend it and everything, but the minute you kind of put it in a certain angle,
Yeah.
it stays strong.
Okay.
Tara also another reasoning behind it was if ever there was damage, the way our bag is made is you can like open the stitches, replace the cardboard. And cardboard is available anywhere. गाउँहरुमा जहाँ जहाँ गए पनि you can find a cardboard, right?
Okay.
त्यो box नै हुन्छ यो काटेर ठ्याक्कै shapeमा काटेर,
Yeah.
which is very easy. It's just a square. You can put it back, replace the panels. So you can easily tear it. And the fabric that we used also, we did a lot of research. We preferred quality
Yeah.
over price in this case.
Okay.
We chose a much higher quality. Our regular bags that go into the market, we always get questioned कि यो bag त मात्र 200-300 को हो तपाईको bag यति महँगो किन छ?
Yeah.
One thing I say is firstly मात्रै bag होइन.
हजुर.
दुईटा, there's bag and desk. तर we use very high quality material पनि. So at least class 1 मा पाएको bag. Class 3-4 सम्म त चल्नै पर्यो नि.
Okay.
So unless you take scissors and cut it,
Durable.
Durable.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
affordable for any organization
Yes.
who are funding.
exactly.
Right? So funding को कुरा आइरहेछ होइन अनि अब entrepreneurship को कुरा पनि छ. So there has to be some connection with funding whatever you're doing and make sure that the bags are reaching out to the needy
Yes.
group of people who are kids. So sourceहरू कसरी जुटाउनु हुन्छ अनि कसरी collaborate गर्नुहुन्छ?
So I think I'll talk about the first time we created the bags because that's the toughest time that happens for any entrepreneur, I would say. We were lucky enough to participate in a lot of competitions त्यो बेला. हाम्रो कलेजको when it was a project and we presented it to our teachers.
Yeah.
They didn't clearly tell us that it was going to be like a pitching thing where outside people are going to come and
Hear about your idea.
hear about your idea and give you like some kind of monetary reward, I would say. And we didn't know that. We went about it like we need above 80% in this course. So we went about that. And then last day when we pitched it to the panel of judges, they awarded us as the winning team out of 20 or something. And then they gave us approximately $1,500. But the best part is about the $1,500.
Yeah.
It converts to a lot of money in Nepal.
Okay.
$1,500 outside may not be anything.
True.
But in Nepal, it was over 1 lakh rupees very easily.
Yeah.
So we used that money very strategically and created our first 50 bags after all the testings, the 10, 11 designs we went through, all was under that $1,500. we created our first batch to do a proof of concept, and then we created a very simple model to fund the bags.
Okay.
So we work with organizations. It could be a development organization, it could be a private organization because CSR, it could be one person wanting to help
Yeah.
30 students or something like that.
Right.
And they fund the bags, so they buy the bags from us, and then the students get it for free, because again the students coming to these schools come from very, very difficult backgrounds, so buying a bag is not their first priority, but it
Right.
is something that is very needed.
Right.
So yeah, we kind of work with organizations, partner with them, and then fund the bags.
Right. So first funding कलेजबाट स्टार्ट भयो होइन, त्यसपछि you're yourself कस्तो यङ होइन, अनि अब त्यो मार्केटमा जाँदाखेरि you have to again initial डेजमा त I'm sure you have to pitch in ideas and then convince the clients and convince about your ideas and रिजल्टहरू एक्सप्लेन गर्नु पर्यो and expectationहरू मिट हुनु पर्यो, त्यो सबै कुरा प्रोजेक्ट गर्नु पर्यो होइन. So how hard or how easy was it for you to convince the idea to prospective investors in Nepal?
So I haven't gone to investors yet, I would say, but we've only worked in partnership models where they buy the bags from us, and then we work with them collaboratively throughout, like collecting feedback and doing the whole impact reporting process also. Tara, it wasn't easy, and the combination didn't help of being young and a female.
Okay. Okay.
So
it's the
usually young people aren't taken very seriously, right?
Right.
Of like, and all that kind of, there's no
same. Long term सम्म गर्ने हो कि होइन,
project होला कि मात्रै time pass hobby, something like that.
Yeah.
And being a female, you don't get taken seriously very often.
Okay,
Even when I was working or doing data collection for research, nani kina aako, like the word nani would bother me so much, because
Isn't
if a boy went with me, sir, I would be nani, and something like that. They would always see me as the little child who came to help.
Isn't it? Okay.
So that was a little painful, and I would actually tell them off. Some took it well, some didn't take it too well.
Yeah, of course.
The ones who took it well, I'm working with them. Who didn't, will come around some other day.
That's the spirit. Yeah.
I took it as my advantage and disadvantage, I would say, because if they saw me as a young college student and not a proper entrepreneur, I could negotiate better, be like, I'm a student, alikati, pricing vendors, especially in negotiations for prices at, manufacturing levels. I would be like, अब म college student नै हो, if you think so.
Yeah.
So अलि prices पनि त्यो अनुसार लगाइदिनुस्.
Yeah.
तर when I had to pitch to organizations, I think the only thing that helped me that time was kind of being a little more professional, or like, having that strong front and being very, very prepared, actually.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
मैले I participated in a lot of workshops. In one of the workshops, I heard this story from a lady, and she's a lawyer. So उसले क्लाइन्टसँग फोनमा कुरा गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ म्याम यताउता भनेर एड्रेस गर्नुहुन्थ्यो अरे क्लाइन्टले पनि होइन, अनि दे वुड हेभ अ सर्टन कन्भर्सेसन अबाउट मिटिङ्स एन्ड एसोसिएसन, उसको एउटा टार्गेट के गर्नुपर्ने, मिट गर्नुपर्ने. सो अनि इन पर्सन आएर अफिसमा भेट्नुपर्ने थियो, एन्ड देन अफिसमा आएर भेट्नुको लागि वेटिङ लाउन्जमा बसिरहनु भएको थियो, एन्ड देन द लयर वेन्ट एन्ड ग्रिटेड, अनि बहिनी यसो भनेर कुरा गर्नुभयो अरे कि. सो होइन, फोनमा कुरा गर्दाखेरि त मै हो, यसरी उसले चाहिँ आफ्नो त्यो भ्यालु, आफ्नो प्रेजेन्स चाहिँ इन अ वे त्यो अनविलिङली एक्सप्लेन गर्नु परिरहेको थियो अरे कि. सो द्याट्स सो अनप्लिजिङ नि होइन, एज अ लेडी इन बिजनेस, इन हुन्छ नि कुनै पनि सेक्टरमा, कुनै पनि इन्डस्ट्रीमा. इज इट पर्सिभ लाइक द्याट, लाइक यु सेड, हुन्छ नि तिमी अब अफिसमा जाँदाखेरि, कुनै मिटिङमा जाँदाखेरि बहिनी अथवा नानु भनेर एड्रेस गरिने, इफ इट वर अ बोय देन अ सर यसरी एड्रेस गर्ने, अनि त्यो कामलाई पनि तपाईँको प्रेजेन्सलाई, त्यो भ्याल्युलाई अलिकति इन्डिरेक्टली हुन्छ नि त्यतिकै डिक्रिज गर्न खोजे जस्तो, त्यस्तो पर्सिभियरेन्स अथवा त्यो पर्सेप्सन के होला जस्तो लाग्छ तपाईँलाई?
That perception is 100% there, firstly. It's mostly like, for me, it almost felt like she's just trying, instead of being there, kind of thing, or leading the cause or the team or the project, whatever you were doing. And we kind of have to work a little harder, I would say. Like to prove, or not prove, but just be more prepared.
Okay.
Like, I think so, because when I see male counterparts in the same level, I would sometimes see them come in as not as prepared. Like, I've probably gone through the presentation 10 times versus them may not know some numbers.
Yeah.
If they don't know, it's fine. Thik cha, they'll find out. But if you don't know about
So, okay,
थाहा
let's talk
नपर्यो
about it. Like, how do they get it? Like, where do they get this confidence from? हुन्छ नि, when a man walks into a meeting room, he can just get
Yeah.
it and get the job or, pass the interview or things like that. But for a girl, it's 10 times difficult in
Much
terms of
more.
preparation, in terms of knowing, in terms of reading the room. Like, why is it that? Where do they get it from?
I think it comes right from the beginning of, men are supposed to be in the workplace versus women aren't.
Okay.
When I've taken interviews also, it's so shocking to see the girls who've applied. They're so qualified. They're overqualified for the job, actually.
Hai?
And they're nervous, ki, will I make it? Am I in the right place? Banera? And I've seen people who haven't even, if I'm looking for a designer, for example, okay, I've had girls who've, worked for years, and this is an internship position. And I feel scared to take them because I'm just like, you're overqualified for this job. Why? You are way better than I am. Why are you applying?
Yeah.
Tara, I've had boys apply who have never even seen a software.
Okay.
We learn on the job, banera.
Okay.
Okay. So they have this confidence of we are supposed to be in that position. More confidence exudes out of that, we are in the workplace kind of situation. That's what I feel. And versus women who've had to fight to be in the workplace.
Yeah, yeah.
So we have to fight for every position that we're trying to take. I think even when we were talking earlier and we were talking about our, past work experiences, you were
Yeah.
like, alikati, humble, bhaera, you were explaining your thing. And we also have that underconfidence. We'll hide what we did and speak about it in
Yeah.
a small manner kind of thing.
Limited हुन्छ नि यति मात्र भन्छु म योभन्दा बढी भन्यो भने चाहिँ हुन्छ नि they'll start to judge me, they'll start
Exactly.
to have a
Yeah.
perception of me.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm still talking about myself, I know.
No, but you've done such
Yeah.
great work, so we should be able to talk about it with
Isn't
confidence rather than be very timid about it.
Yeah.
So I think that's changing, Tara. I see it changing, and girls are being more confident and putting their foot down, kind of thing. Because I feel like when I've worked with women, they're so great at their job because it's not just not needed confidence, but it also comes with a lot of preparation, or like they put in more empathy in their work. So it adds a little layer of, both, I would say like technical versus and empathy into the
Yeah.
decisions that they take, rather than just being technical and by the book and logical, I would say.
या अलिकति यसलाई हुन्छ नि एडुकेसको अर्गनाइजेसनसँग पनि रिलेट गरौँ होइन. हाउ हार्ड इज इट फर यु टु बी द यङ लिडर एन्ड रन द अर्गनाइजेसन, अनि यसलाई अब अपरेट गर्नु पऱ्यो होइन इन एउटा सिस्टमेटिक वेमा, त्यो लिडरसिप राख्नको लागि मेन्टेन गर्न अनि अपरेट गर्नलाई कतिको गाह्रो छ?
I mean, fortunately, not Garo, I would say. I think the same situational things as Garo when I have to interact with people outside.
Yeah.
But within the team, actually, we're an all-women team.
Okay.
So all, like my co-founder and I are women. And even our team, like the interns that we've hired so far, we've hired 6-7 interns over the year. Only one has been a boy. Not because we were choosing girls over boys or something, but it just fit right at the time. And that way, within the team, I think what feedback that we got was more positive in the sense of the interns. They kind of felt more empowered seeing women leaders rather than always working with, the stereotypical setting that we see. So I think they felt more empowered. Tara baira jana belama, when interacting with people not within the team, I think that was a little more difficult because they don't see you as the leading team. A lot of times I've gotten questioned ki tapaiko decision maker ko ho, and I have to explain I am the decision
You are
maker.
the one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Who do we go to above you? No, there isn't anyone. This is where it stops.
वेदिका, हामी अब यो वुमेन इन अन्टरप्रिनरसिपको कुरा गरिरहेछौँ होइन, एन्ड देन यङ अन्टरप्रिनरको कुरा गरिरहेछौँ. सो यही ब्याकग्राउन्डमा चाहिँ सिम्पल ल्याङ्ग्वेजमा होइन सोसल एन्टरप्राइज भन्ने चाहिँ के हो, मान्छेले चाहिँ कसरी लिँदो रहेछ, अनि हाउ वुड यु डिफाइन सोसल एन्टरप्राइज भनेर?
So social enterprise for me is the mix between creating impact and running a business.
Okay.
What happens is usually there's this whole perception that if you're running a for-profit business, you aren't helping the community or you're not helping the society. You're very focused on the bottom line, which is your profit and creating commercial products. Tara, in case of social entrepreneurship, it kind of gives you that vision or that easy to explain to someone outside that my business is impact driven while making profit.
Okay.
So there's this whole misinformation about impact create garna belama you can't make profit also.
Okay. किनभने युजली एन्टरप्राइज भन्ने बित्तिकै मेबी मान्छेले चाहिँ यो प्रफिट को लागि खोलिएको संस्था हो अथवा बनेको अर्गनाइजेसन हो भनेर पर्सिभ गर्नुहुन्छ होला होइन. सो वेन इट कम्स टुगेदर इट मेक्स द मिनिङ द्याट इट हेज एन इम्प्याक्ट ओर रिजल्ट ओरिएन्टेड एन्टरप्राइज भन्न इन्स्टिट्युसन भन्न मिल्छ.
Result oriented, I mean, all businesses I would say would be some kind of result oriented. But I think in this you have to be more mindful. So in case of our organization, our mission is to help education. There might be a lot of organizations that directly don't have a product that would be helping, for example, the environment or something. But the decisions that they're taking are very conscious. So the raw material that they use or within their office space, how they've built their infrastructure is also very community driven and environment driven. So when your business is focusing on uplifting your community, I would say is a social enterprise. The money part is not the question. I think you should be for profit. The minute you are not for profit, you kind of make your business not a long-lasting business. It's very driven by outside funding, or you're waiting for a grant or raising donations and everything, which isn't a bad thing, but it's not a sustainable business then. You're not running a business. You're running an NGO. An NGO, the reason why even we aren't an NGO, because this is one question I get 500 times a day, I would say, is because there is no room for innovation then. You can't. If I have this one bag and it's running as an NGO, I don't think there would be room for innovation and experimentation and doing new things and working with new partners or outside the country, even. If it was NGOs, because it has these set of rules that you have to follow, because again, the government has to have some kind of rule of how your company has to work. But in a for-profit business, it's registered as a regular business. There is no separate registration for social enterprise in our country. So then you can run more freely. You can do whatever you want while being driven by that mission to help the community.
Would you also like to tell us about your process that you went through for your patent registration and the एउटा certified हुनु पर्यो होइन, you have to secure your patent. Was it easy again?
I think this was probably the most painful part of my entrepreneurship journey.
Of course.
It's still going on actually.
Oh, really?
Because once you file for a patent, it actually takes multiple years for it to kind of get the certificate kind of thing. But we're still in the process. We applied, I don't even know at this point how long ago.
Yeah, it gets faster.
It gets faster. Tara Nepal, very few people apply for a patent. It's a very new concept almost. It's usually in the medical space when they come up with new, I think, formulas or something like that. Not what we see online, on Shark Tank or something.
How important is it for you, since this is your brainchild, and how important is it for you as you are the owner and the co-founder of this, to have it faster and to be done?
I think the only reason I wanted it to be faster, or for it to just formalize very, very soon, is because I don't want this to be an only Nepal product. I have always dreamed big of creating something Nepali that is known outside, all around the world. Usually we have these cool products coming into Nepal, Japan ma baneko, Korea ma baneko, wherever, But we never have Nepali products go outside. And that was a childhood dream of creating something that goes from here and is recognized as a Nepali brand, as a product, innovation, not even just a brand, but something that was innovated in Nepal. So I think that was very important, because I know it could get copied even with a patent, but at least we have some grounds to work on it. And also, sometimes I was just like, do we even need it if it's taking so long? Because if it's copied, firstly, it's flattery. But secondly, it'll help more people. But again, it kind of dilutes the whole way we're working with the whole 3-year process of coming with the design, working so hard. Someone copies it overnight and, cuts the price into half. And kind of adulterates the qualities that we've put behind it, the the details we
The
used.
hard work put into
Yeah,
it. Yeah.
the choice of material, why we did it. It took us many years to come up with the why. Someone will copy it overnight. So I think that's kind of painful to see.
Yeah. We'll come to the long run
Yeah.
vision and plan. I remember, like we talked about your collaboration with UNICEF, and probably one of your biggest order in that moment. So what was that collaboration like? How difficult was it for you to let it go in the floor, and how did you carry on?
Again, this was, I think, one of my most difficult, not difficult, I would say, but the longest one I have worked with. So anyone working in the impact space would want to collaborate with some UN organization.
Okay.
Mostly because their reach is so far that it really helps you accelerate your design or kind of accelerate your work also. And I reached out to UNICEF even before we had a physical product. I remember reaching out to them on LinkedIn saying, I have this idea. Could I talk to you about this? Again, this really helped COVID Kobelama because everyone was more free.
Yeah.
And they had more
Working
time.
remotely.
Had time to talk to anyone.
Okay.
So we spoke to people in UNICEF Nepal. I spoke to people in UNICEF Pakistan, in the US, in Canada.
So you were literally like chasing after them, right?
I think they must have hated me at one point. They were like, this one girl from Nepal
Yeah.
has been hounding everyone on LinkedIn.
Right.
Tara, I spoke to Nepal ko team ma at least 7 to 8 people. I must have messaged them on LinkedIn during COVID. Had like random online chats, not formal. It was just, how does education system work in Nepal? Or how do you work with new people, I would say. And then slowly, after hounding them for many, many months, I got a meeting in person this one time, couple of years ago.
And one moment, like हुन्छ नि त्यो च्याटहरू नै कन्डक्ट गरिराख्दाखेरि पनि कति इन्सपायरिङ हुन्थ्यो अनि कति मोटिभेटिङ हुन्थ्यो अथवा कति कहिलेकाहीँ या डिसहार्टनिङ हुन्थ्यो कि सक्सेसफुल भएन अब कसरी लियो होला आई मिन हुन्छ नि आई कुडन्ट मेक इट भन्ने खालको ब्रेकडाउन पनि हुन्थ्यो कि नो आई सुड किप अन गोइङ
These meetings at the time were very motivating. They went really well, at least to me. But I think not hearing back was kind of difficult.
Right?
Yeah, it was very demotivating. And this is one thing my co-founder and I always talked about is how did the UNICEF meeting go whenever she spoke or whenever I spoke to them. And it went so well. Next month, we'll probably hear back from them or something. And then again, like silence for a couple of months.
Yeah.
And maybe the meeting didn't go well or something. Or maybe it wasn't the right time for the product, I would say. Because it could be multiple reasons because they also have a line of projects. So it's hard to even tell why what the reason was behind this. But for 2.5 years, consistently, every few months, I would either reach out to the same person or a new person asking, how are you doing? And I wouldn't even bring up Educate sometimes. I would just be like, how are you doing? Remember me?
Right.
Just wanted to know how you're doing.
A casual follow-up.
Just to remind them of my existence, I would say.
Of course. You see, that's so persistence. For a lot of entrepreneurs, I think this is really one of the principles that we should endure, like, just like for reminding them that I'm here, I'm just around भन्ने कुरा पनि कति important हुँदो रहेछ कि.
Very, very. I think whenever I've done any like sharing my experience or sharing your entrepreneurship journey, or can you tell us what is one thing an entrepreneur should learn? The only thing I tell them is be patient, nothing else. Like, be patient, because if you're not, then your business might shut down tomorrow. You just have to be patient. Keep, if not today, bully, if not bully, next month, next year, whatever. But I just kept pushing for this one project. And
so finally, then you got through the UNICEF. How long was the collaboration for?
We just started, actually.
Okay.
So we started in December. And that was also like, after multiple conversations. So December, we had this one chat and they were like, okay, we'll get back to you. And I went back home thinking it's the same thing, they'll just get back to me, never. But again, I'm very happy it happened now rather than all the 500 times I was hounding them, because we have a better product today. I'm more confident about running this large order today. I think in the past I would have panicked, or I wouldn't have been able to handle the different kind of requests that come with a very large organization. They have so many compliance things, rightly so, because they have to partner with the right people. If they partner with someone wrong, their entire project falls through, and
Yeah.
it goes in the global eyes, so it has to be done very meticulous.
Systematically,
Exactly.
yeah. They have to pay attention to some
Exactly.
details.
Yeah. So in
Yeah.
this, it wasn't just making the bag, it was packing it with the right material. It was for different age groups, so it had to be categorized and the right material going in the right place and not panicking when things weren't going right, kind of thing. So I think it happened at the right time because I'm more confident with a way better product than what we pitched to them, I think 2 years back or even 1 year back. So it worked out well, and right now the bags just reached Jajarkot, I think 2.5 weeks back.
Okay.
So after 2 months, we'll hear the feedback because we want to wait for them to use it for some time. So far, the distribution went really well, and we got back a lot of footage of the kids using the bag
Yeah,
and
yeah,
walking
yeah.
around with it. So that went
Yeah.
really well.
Right.
And now I'm just waiting for the 2 months to
Okay.
finish.
So, like UNICEF, are you comfortable in sharing us like who are the other big collaborators that you've worked with, and also the starting phase to approach them and to make it happen with them?
So big collaborators, again, we've worked with the bigger organizations like Plan International or Save the Children, but we've actually worked more with the smaller organizations because it was faster to work with them. So we have organizations like Vision Dolpo, which works in some of the most remote schools of Nepal. There's this one organization we worked with in collaboration with a Nepali working in the US
Right.
because he just wants to help his community. So the organization was called HDI Nepal, and they work with the most remote school in Nepal. I think that was probably one of my most favorite projects also,
Yeah.
because these kids, when you see the school, there's nothing around it. It's just in the middle of the mountain.
Tell us about the places you've been to and your bags have reached out to. Like, कुन कुन जिल्लामा पुग्दाखेरि अथवा तपाईँको ब्यागहरू बच्चाहरूले युज गर्नु हुँदाखेरि तपाईँलाई तपाईँको हार्टलाई टच गरेको थियो?
It's gone to all 7 provinces of Nepal
Okay,
by
7
now.
provinces.
All 7 provinces. We've done Gorkha पनि. Dolpa is the remotest probably.
Okay.
अनि मुगुहरू तिर गएको छ. We've done Sakua Sabha पनि. We've done Kalikot. We've done Taraima पनि. And it's very fascinating to see how the use is very different, not very different, but the perception or the requirement and the benefit is different in Tarai versus the mountains.
Exactly.
Because in Tarai, you'll find a classroom which is barely fitting 10 people, but there are 30 students sitting in it, cramped up. So they have a space issue. So our desks help them sit anywhere in a more comfortable space. And
यो खालको स्कुलमा बेन्चेसहरू डेस्कहरू छैन?
हुन सक्छ,
हुन सक्छ।
तर our biggest problem that we're tackling is younger grades ma. Either they don't have desks or they get whatever's left over of the older students.
Okay.
Ani older students ko lagi thulo desks huncha. So the younger students, they don't even fit in it.
Yeah.
Desk bench cha tara ubera lekhna paryo.
है?
They can't sit because they don't reach the desk only.
Exactly.
So in that case, it was a different issue. So but Taraima, they can remove the thulo, unnecessary, useless desks, I would say.
Yeah.
Put an educase which takes the space of a tiny bag. Okay. And you can easily fit maximum number of students. Tara pahad tira,
Yeah.
there is no way to take a desk there.
Okay,
It's
okay,
so
okay.
hard. Euta garima, you would fit maybe 6 or 7 त्यो ठुलो वाला desks
Yeah.
and cramp गरेर 6 or 7 desks. एउटा सानो minivan we fit 400 bags. So that changes a
Okay.
lot. अनि माथि स्कुलसम्म त त्यो mules-हरुलाई नै लग्नु पर्यो. Cars don't reach there. It goes
Right.
by hand or त्यो manually, or animals have to carry
Animals,
it.
yeah.
So imagine those animals or humans carrying one desk गरेर, तर our desk weighs 700 grams.
Yeah.
So you can just pick it up and take
it's
it.
serving needs differently. See, I think it's catering to the kids, however, in different geographic locations,
Yeah.
and fulfilling the needs differently. Oh my
Exactly.
God, how do you feel when you look at it like this? A project, the idea that generated, that started from your college in London,
Yeah.
and now reaching out to ground level and the kids from Nepal, the remotest part of Nepal, you and your co-founder
Yeah.
and your group of students who came together for this idea when you pitched it in your college.
Yeah.
How do you feel when you look back the initial days?
I still can't believe it, actually. That time ko feeling, one was that we used to see all these examples our teachers would share that, this project is actually a company now. And we used to always think, wow, how did they do it? Oh my God, impossible. And those were our aspirations, I would say. Today, it's weird to say that I'm one of those examples. But today, about, how I feel when I see, our bags being used by students, I think it's my only driving force.
Okay.
When you're an entrepreneur, you're sitting alone in a room, maybe with one other person or two other people, especially in a small scale enterprise.
Yeah.
It's very lonely to be an entrepreneur, especially if your co-founder lives halfway across the world from you.
Right.
So we only see each other on Zoom all the
Okay.
time. And sitting there, sometimes it's very demotivating to be like, should I carry on this journey, Banira? So many times, for 5 months, we
Yeah.
didn't have any order.
Okay.
We had no response from NGOs, nothing.
Yeah.
We were just sitting, ki bholi auncha, and every day we would make 20, 30 calls
Yeah.
to new organizations or old.
Wow.
Because they kind of run out, right?
True.
And we kind of kept calling them ki, hamro esto products ha. COVID ko belama it was hard because we couldn't meet them to show our bags. And they would think ki yo kasari huncha, bag turns
Yeah.
into a table. Stop joking with me.
Right.
Once things opened up, I could at least meet them. Tara, because organizations have such a long process, if you meet them today, it won't happen tomorrow.
Right.
It'll happen after a couple of months because they have to design the project, get it approved. So there were months where we had nothing. And Neha and I actually had this talk one time,
Yeah.
Shuruma, ki by June of 2022, let's make a decision. Should we go ahead or not go ahead?
You
with
set a
this?
target.
Yeah, because if you don't set a target, we're just blindly going forward, hoping one day something happens.
Right.
So we did set a target. Honestly, this is the first time I've remembered that date again.
Wow.
Because we forgot about it. Something happened. We were like, no, we just have to go forward. We did orders of 10 bags. We did orders of 30 bags. And once you receive those pictures and see the kids actually using something you created, it's a feeling you can't explain. It's so heartwarming that you're like, no, I have to go ahead with this. I have to help someone else also. So that kept us going.
I want to know about the manufacturing. हुन्छ नि स्टेसन काठमाडौँमा छ नेपालमा काठमाडौँमा छ सो कसरी सेटअप गर्नुभयो सुरु कसरी गर्नुभयो र मटेरियल्स होला होइन अब म्यान पावर पनि चाहियो होला अनि अब एउटा त्यो कलेजमा बनेको आइडियालाई त्यो टेलरिङ त्यो डिजाइनिङ त्यसलाई अब प्र्याक्टिकली हुन्छ नि एउटा लार्ज स्केलमा लानु पर्यो ट्रेन गर्नु पर्यो मान्छेलाई सो त्यो सेटअप कसरी स्टार्ट गर्नुभयो
So usually के हुन्छ भने people say that नेपालमा यो सबै एकदमै difficult कुरा हुन्छ technical. Luckily our field that we're working in bags or furniture, that in that Nepal actually played a very key role being in Nepal. Because we thought that hudaina, because we had this technical sheet of like every stitch ka jancha, every stitch like how many minutes it takes to create it. We had this long 13-page fabrication sheet. I went to a tailor first, not even a proper manufacturer, because I wasn't sure backpack manufacturer ma jane ki furniture manufacturer ma jane. Shuru ko design ma, not today's design. So I didn't even know which place to go. So I went to a tailor, kinaki we were working with fabric. It was a very tiny shop, 2 people could stand in it kind of thing. I gave them the sheet and they were like, Baini, okay. He threw away the sheet.
Okay.
I gave him our first sample that we made by hand. And he made it perfectly at 1/5 of the cost that would have come in London, because we did make one in London as well, just to kind of get a sense of how it should be done.
Yeah.
And 1/5 of the cost, more friendly, more collaborative, I would say, because Byram, they have this system of it has to go tack. Anything beyond the specification cost $10, $20, $30. Yeah, alikati, friendly way ma you talk to them, create a relation. They are willing to help you.
Yeah.
They're willing to help you.
Okay.
Especially when you tell them it's for a social cause. They are more than willing to help you. So when I was looking for raw material, I went from factory to factory for cardboard. I tested out different cardboard. I went to the packaging factory and only cardboard. I didn't even know they existed here. Then I saw so many of them, and now the one which we chose the first day, we're still consistent with them because they wanted to go behind a social cause also. So their minimum order quantity would be technically for like 1 lakh bags.
Okay.
But because they wanted to help, they were like, हामी सानो orders पनि गरिदिन्छु तपाईको लागि. And then we went to fabric manufacturers. I have seen so many fabrics by today. At least like, I don't know, 20-30 test garera. Does this work? Does this not work? And after those two came together, we found someone who makes bags. Not one, we went to many. And then I DM'd one on Instagram
Right.
saying, I heard that you make bags. Can we meet? Ani, again, the same sense of like, our minimum quantity is 5,000 or 6,000 bags.
Okay.
Tara, you are doing it for a social cause. And what actually really clicked for him also was that our bags are going to the town he came from. He was
Okay.
like, "Tapaiharu मेरो गाउँमा पनि bags बाँड्नु भएको. We really want to work with you." भएर.
Yeah.
So since then, we've had this really good partnership. I am blessed, but I'm also scared if this ever falls through. I don't know
Okay,
how
okay.
I will work because I've had such a good partnership with
Yeah.
all our, stores and our material providers and everything that I feel very lucky to work with that.
Right.
Yeah.
I hope you are overwhelmed by the orders, and in near future
Yeah.
you're able to create enough big enough space, even for manufacturers as a team as well. You said your co-founder is like in London, and you have to have your meetings and plans through your Zoom session like this. And also, I want to mention about your long-term plans. Or you would like to achieve certain numbers in Nepal first, and then you want to go anywhere else, like you said, maybe Africa or other countries where certain people could be benefited by your product.
Yeah.
So how do you see yourself in near future?
Yeah. So Neha was based in London for like first half of our project, but now she's married and moved to the US.
Okay.
So the time difference is even bigger actually.
But she's still committed. Like
Yeah.
she's still a part of the team.
Yeah.
Okay.
So she's very committed, and she also wants to, like, right now we've seen it in Nepal. She's originally from Pakistan, so she wants to see this see this happen in Pakistan as well, because it's very close to her heart to help her community as well. Our larger picture is twofold actually. One is seeing this in, again, all the countries where it's needed. We used to actually get requests right from the beginning, after we did our first pilot also.
Yeah.
Because people can see it's a very simple product. It's not something technologically hard to understand. It's not rocket science, as we say. It's a backpack everyone needs. It's a table everyone needs. So the understanding of the benefits is not very difficult. But I think it was just about, are we ready or not in the beginning? And I think now we're ready. We thought we'll meet a number, Paila.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's required anymore. I think it was just about confidence and being able to handle it. And I think we're there very, very soon, I guess.
Yeah.
So we want to experiment with as simple as our neighboring country, India
Yeah.
or Pakistan or Bangladesh, because all these countries need it as well. Again, we've got so many requests from like countries in Africa through like, our network or something like that,
Yeah.
or even as simple as LinkedIn. So it's very easy to connect with the people. It's just about the right time, I
Yeah.
guess. I don't think there'll be a bell to say today is the right time. We have to jump in at
Isn't
one
it?
point.
Yeah.
Tara, I think it's a little bit about self-confidence also. If I don't think I can handle it,
Yeah.
I'll probably destroy it.
Okay.
So I feel like it's coming very, very soon.
When you were telling me the story, how it started, like you took your design to the tailor, it felt like a movie. Like, you were telling me a story and I could literally picture the situation. Like he threw away the design and then you kasari huncha bhane jasto huncha. And now you have come so far and struggled so much and, took every step, literally accepted it and then got through it. And I really hope that there's really bigger space for you and, more open and more accepting environment for you in the future. And I really feel like you have really been persistent and powerful entrepreneur out there. And, women, generally speaking, कतिपय सिचुएसनमा चाहिँ अलिक डाउटफुल फिल गरिरहेको हुँदो रहेछ कि. So in that picture, do you find yourself becoming more confident in your journey? And how do you look at it? Like, हुन्छ नि?
Confident much more than what I was.
Yeah.
I think there's still more to go. But I read this somewhere, or I think I saw a video on it. I can't remember the source exactly. But there was this thing of like, just take 30 seconds in your mind and be like, I'm going to do this regardless of how I feel right now.
Yeah.
So any difficult meeting that I go for, or any like, a powerful person I have to
Yeah.
meet, and it feels scary, or like I feel that imposter syndrome kicking in of I'm not in the right place and I'm not meant for this, I just take out 30 seconds or 1 minute in my mind.
Yeah.
I go for the meeting and I say everything that I had to,
Yeah.
and then I'll face the consequences after.
So हामीले अफर कुरा गरिराख्दाखेरि आएको थियो होइन. सो बिङ अ यङ अन्टरप्रेनर अनि अब त्यो एउटा काम गरिरहेछ, एउटा आफ्नो कुरा छ, त्यसलाई चाहिँ पिच इन गर्नु पर्यो, मिटिङ रुममा जाँदैछौँ अनि बिग लिडर इस्टाब्लिस पर्सनालिटी, सो उहाँहरूसँग कुरा गर्नु परिरहेछ. सो त्यो यङ टिमलाई रिप्रेजेन्ट गरेर अनि आफै एउटा पर्सन एउटा अन्टरप्रेनरको रूपमा गइरहेछ अनि टु डिल विथ द्याट इस्टाब्लिस पर्सनालिटी ओर यु नो बिग सट, उहाँहरूसँग त्यो डिल चाहिँ थ्रु गर्नको लागि के कुनै ट्याक्टिक्स छ कि अथवा इट्स ओन्ली योर सियर पर्सिभरेन्स?
Perseverance came much after. Shuruma, it was the whole like, don't think about it.
Okay.
Like think less was my policy, right? To overcome my, underconfidence, I would say.
Yeah.
I would be like, if I think about it, I'll talk myself out of it. That the lesser I think, the easier it is. And also one thing that it is, that helps me is they're also just human, and what happens is when you start your own enterprise or your own project, you know the most about it,
Yeah.
so it's easiest for you to talk about it than them question it, right? And whenever you come up with with your own social enterprise or your own company, you've done so much reading and so much research behind it that whatever they question, you can answer that question or say that, give me 5 minutes, I'll come back to you, kind of thing. Paila, it used to feel like you'd have to have every answer or you need to kind of know more than them on every topic.
Yeah, be well prepared and everything,
Exactly.
right? Yeah,
So you just need to know more than them on your topic, which is your field, kind of thing. If you're meeting a minister, for example,
Right.
Firstly, be always open to questioning. If you don't know the answer, be like, "Malai tha chaina," is a very okay response to give. Secondly was, think less about how they'll judge you, because they are people.
Great.
And I bet they have their insecurities as well.
Okay.
So the minute you start humanizing them a little more, of being like they have their issues also, it's easier to talk to them.
Yeah, I think it's so good point that you mentioned, त्यो अरूलाई पनि एउटा benefit of understanding, benefit of doubt दिउँ न. It's not about only me. They also have their space and their, एउटा काम गर्ने structure होला, environment होला भन्ने understanding एउटा दिने. That's also a very good point you mentioned. I think we've, touched so many parts in our conversation. And of course, there's so much to go and dig deep into. And I'm sure we're going to have to, make another episode if this episode is really falling short. Before we wrap up today's episode, I really wanted to ask you, like young entrepreneur, हामीले कुरा गरेर आउँछौँ होइन, also हामीले यो एपिसोडमा पनि कुरा गर्यौँ challengesहरू. So one piece of advice to other upcoming young entrepreneurs, especially female entrepreneurको perspectiveबाट के advice दिनुहुन्छ?
So the one advice I would give young people, apart from being patient, obviously, is that you have to really like what you're doing or the topic that you're reading about. Mostly because you are reading about it 24 hours. There is no 9 to 5. 9 to 5. You're thinking about it all the time. I remember this one time I was at the dentist. I was lying down and suddenly I got an idea. And if I'm lying down at a dentist and thinking about education, I actually have to like it, right? I can't like hate it and still like drag my feet to it, because it's a very demotivating journey a lot of times. And when it's demotivating, something has to pick you up, and it's the liking towards.
I wanted to ask you, first of all, I want to thank you for coming back. You were doing your degree. You got your degree from London School of Politics and Science. And now, you're doing so much with your small idea that went so far now. Thank you so much for coming back. And, a lot of times, young students, young adults, नेपालबाट चाहिँ बाहिर जाने, अब उनीहरूको प्लान के छ त +2 पछि or even +2 नै पनि अब बाहिर जाने, because यहाँ अपर्च्युनिटी छैन, अपर्च्युनिटी भए पनि गाह्रो छ, च्यालेन्जेसहरू यताउता धेरै कुराहरू अब्स्टिकलको रूपमा हेर्ने अनि लिने पनि यहाँ इन्भाइरोमेन्ट बन्यो भनौँ न. So that's why we have a lot of brain drain, होइन. So in that scenario, you came back. This is of course an example for a lot of people who want to go. Going is not bad, होइन. आएर चाहिँ finding your space and making something out of it भन्ने चाहिँ, I think that is really something. What would you like to tell people who wants to go abroad?
The one thing I would tell everyone is that we constantly complain about issues in Nepal. Ki yo chaina, tyo chaina. there's issues in development, and our country is behind. So someone has to solve those problems, right? If we all leave, then who's solving the issue?
Right.
And I think that's the reason why I came back. Was I kept complaining about jobs China, or big companies China, or this is not there, that is not there. But I thought to myself, if someone has to solve the issue, we have to come back. All the intelligent people are leaving, or educated. I wouldn't say intelligent. All the educated people are leaving. So there is no one to solve that issue. And I think for all the people leaving, I would say that you've learned so much outside your comfort zone, and you've learned so much in other countries. Bring back that knowledge, no? Instead of leaving Nepal where it was,
Yeah.
you can bring back that development in the country and become that big fish in a small pond that we say,
Yeah,
instead
exactly.
of being lost in a completely new country that doesn't have a space for you.
Yeah. Thank you so much once again. I mean, to share all your ideas and your experience. It has been really so insightful for even me personally. And I wish you only the best in the future. And I'm sure we're going to definitely meet up again in
Thank you
future.
so much. I had so much fun talking
All
to
the
you.
best to you. And once again, congratulations for coming so far.
Thank you.
And for all our audience, thank you so much for being with us. And hopefully, we're going to see you soon with some other insightful guests and conversation.